I took my new Minas Tirith to a tournament. Hello, friends, and welcome back to Too Many Minis. The Sunday before last, I went down to the Battle of Borough-Dur in Bad Moon Cafe. It's a tournament run by Sam Palmer of Forge Master Minis fame, and it's the 5th year that he's done it now, making it, I think, by far London's longest running Middle Earth tournament. Had an interesting format for the event. It was a kind of escalation. So you played 4 games throughout the day. The first game was at 200 points, then 350, 500, and 650 for the final game. So you're adding it. You have to keep the same list, but just add on. So you can flesh out warbands or add new heroes and new warbands. And it's a really interesting format. You get a really quick game to start the day, and then quite a substantial game at the end of the day. Now those points numbers match our slow grow event that we've been doing, slow grow league that we've been doing. So I had sort of 200 points of Ingold and Minas Tirith warriors, and then I had a few rangers with Madril, no Damrod, and I just basically added on to that. So I added Baragon with a few extra warriors of Minas Tirith, and then I added in Forlong with a big chunk of sort of mixed fiefdoms models, a few of each basically, not all of them, but the axemen, clansmen, and 4 men at arms. I had started the fiefdoms troops a year or two ago, so I had to finish them off and base them to match and then do Forlong, but they were kind of ready to go, whereas my Minas Tirith wasn't ready to be at 650 points. With just a few days to go before the tournament and with lots to paint, I of course distracted myself by making some objective markers to go with the army, and it decided I needed to make a table with tomatoes and wine for Denethor. I think you should have a special rule that it causes terror in anyone who's watched the films. Little collection of the Ingold shields and the Horn of Gondor, the broken Horn of Gondor, and a shield because I couldn't get that detached. It was just cut off the plastic Boromir model, sitting on a nice cushion somewhere in Minas Tirith. I gave Forlong a fancy pants orange cloak, which I'm going to have to replicate when I convert a mounted model for him. Oops. And continuing with the cloaks theme, Ingold and his captain have got kind of a pattern that's nodding to the crenellations on the Ramas Ekor, on the encircling wall that they defend. The Rangers I'm still not super happy with. I really like the models, but every time I paint them, and these ones have been stripped and repainted at least twice, every time I paint them I'm not that into it. I don't know what it is, I just can't find something. This will do, I'm okay with it, but I don't love it. Overall, I was really pleased to take this new army out. I was kind of excited. It's been a fun project done quickly for the most part, except for the fiefdoms, which have been a long time coming. So it was great to get them some games properly. The first game was a bit of a mirror match against Elliot Shillinglaw. I took a bit of a beating. He's a good player. But I think he had Ingold and Hurin. The scenario was heirlooms, and we dug them all up, so we knew the last one was going to be it. And he had it as far away as possible from me. He managed to keep it away from me with the help of Hurin and his horse running over to get it. The big highlight of the game for me was one of my rangers shooting the guy who just dug up the relic. That was good fun. Same turn. Nice work. Round 2, I faced Niall and his Mordor. They gave me a bit of a beating. I managed to, give the Witch King a bit of a hard time, but he did his thing, and then he buggered off to safety, so I didn't actually get to get him. And I can't remember what the scenario was exactly, but yeah, definite loss. Although my captain did get to beat the Witch King and all these people in combat. That was pretty cool. Games 3 and 4 were against Austin. I think it's a bit of a quirk of the matchups. We were doing very badly, and so we faced each other. We shared the honours, one win apiece, but they were really fun games. And we just couldn't kill each other very much. Minas Tirith versus Dale was just a bit of a stalemate a lot of the time. So I finished the day with 1 win, 3 losses. That's fine. That's par for the course for me. I like my 1 win. It was a really great event. It was kind of packed in. We kind of packed in it was on a Sunday, so you had to be out of Bad Moon. They kind of closed. So, we had to get finished. But it was really good. And really nice bunch of people down. I think it was a GBHL 90 event, so people scoring points. There's quite there was a few competitive people up on the top tables. Congratulations to Patrick Divers, who won. He's a great player. Another really good year for the event. which managed to run right through COVID, because it was in February, just before COVID. It was like the last time I went out before COVID hit in 2000. Then it was in the bit where we opened back up again in 2001. Happened in 2002. It's been like very carefully done by Sam. I think in the 2001 one, he had us in pods, so we weren't all facing each other. We were only in small groups, when it was at that time when you could only socialise in small groups, whatever. But he's managed to keep it running, which I think is really cool. And it's now an event with a lot of history, and people come from out of town. But it's hard to get tickets. Everything in London now is selling out so quick that we're getting, in a way, there's less scope for out of town people coming in, because the London scene will just hoover up all the tickets. Especially, something like Bad Moon, they can only fit in 12, 13 tables or something. We can sell that out like that. London scene is doing super great. Shout to Simon, my good pal, who won the wooden spoon, beating me and Austin, who were in the running, with his list of White Council, where he just had 4 people and he added 1 at each round. I think he started with Gandalf the Grey and added in Galadriel, Radagast, and then Glorfindel, something like that. It was really fun, but obviously quite hard to win with on most scenarios. Absolute highlight for me was being voted best army. Now, it's not best painted. I think there were objectively at least 2 better painted armies there, and there was a fantastic display board from Zahir. Lake Town display board was just beautiful, with lights in it and everything. Incredible. But I don't know, best army. I won best army, which was great. I guess people like the converted shields or whatever. Really chuffed with that. Got myself a voucher for Bad Moon, and got some of Sam's fantastic Forge Master sort of Rings of Power looking orcs, and the bad guy. What's his name again? The bad guy. Chuffed with them. They're really nice models. I'll put a link to them or something, but you've probably seen them. They're super nice, and I'll paint them up as a nice little unit, a little gimmicky unit of Rings of Power dudes. But super chuffed with the reception for the army. That's really cool, and I'm looking forward to kind of adding more stuff throughout this year. More Minas Tirith, Gondor, more fiefdoms, maybe display board. I want to do Citadel Guard, I want to do Fountain Court, I want to get all those things and add them into the army and try them out throughout the years. I'm going to try and not get distracted by other projects, and just stick to Gondor this year. That's the plan. I don't know if I'm going to manage that, but that's the plan for Middle-earth. Still no word on those Osgiliath Ruins kits. We want those soon, but it's happy times for Minas Tirith for me. And I can only recommend that you go down and check out Borough-Dur next year. It's such a great event, and Sam does a top-notch job. Also pleased to get some scores on the doors for, I think, 6 of the 7 or 8 out of 9 of our team for the GBHL team event this year. We've got 3 teams from the London Wargaming Guild. I'm kind of heading up Team C, the C-listers. We've got a couple of good players, but I'm just saying we're definitely Team C, and we're called What's Haters Precious. That's our team name. So if you see us up top of the table, that's us. I'll be racking up some big bottom table scores. So yeah, I don't know when they update the GBHL rankings, but we're gunning for it in a C-list kind of way. Please subscribe. I'm trying to get up to 1,000 subscribers, do a big giveaway. That's the goal right here. And it's been great, all the comments. There's so many comments on the what's next for Middle-earth video. Super good chat in the comments, people commenting to each other and blah blah blah. And also kicking off a bit on the Discord. Join the Discord and share whatever you're doing. It could be for any game system, whatever. Just talk about that. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon in another video. Bye.